Somebody to watch out for Saturday night.
Yeah.
Sterling Marlin in his home state of Tennessee.
I agree with you, Alan.
Starting third.
Right now, he's showing 23rd best, but he's not working on speed right now. He's working on being there 500 laps, trying to win this thing.
It's been kind of a tough season for Sterling and this 40 team. Fourth a couple of times, their best finish. One of those fourth place finishes was here back in March. And he's got in the last 16 races only 2 top 10 finishes. Most of them that time are men 20 or the worse. They really need to get something going, and they've led the last 2 Bristol races. Marty?
And Alan, that fourth place finish came in the race car that he's driving here this weekend. I just talked to one of the crew members and said, is the car okay? He said, hey, it's all right. It's not as great as it was here in March. And they knew in March here in final practice, they had a car that could possibly win the race. Sterling not very happy right now. Like a lot of teams, most of the teams down here fighting tight in the middle, tight off the corners, what a lot of teams are dealing with here in the final practice today.
Sound like you've been talking to Zero again, Marty.
Zero, one of the crewmen on the 40 car. Definition of tight when the car doesn't want to turn when you turn left. And in a little old fast place like this, that's a scary thing.
I mean, it's so difficult to drive the car down in the corner, and right there you've got to turn the wheel to make that car go the other direction. And if it's the chassis is not set up properly, it's not going to feel good to the driver.
It's going to cost you a lot of speed.
A lot of speed. And we hear the drivers all the time talking about it doesn't rotate, or it doesn't run through the corner. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. Get into the middle of the corner with as much speed as you can.
Sterling has run 41 laps in this practice session. And again, his 23rd fastest so far. He's had some great times here. He's also had some tough times at this racetrack. I remember a terrible crash he had up in turns 1 and 2 one race in which his car caught on fire and he got some pretty nasty burns. But nothing better he'd like to do than win in his home state of Tennessee.